This tornado watch goes until
A new tornado watch has been issued.
5 a.m. 5.2 million people are under this tornado watch.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. Earlier today I got a question that's pretty relevant to really the time of year that we're coming into, the springtime of year. We are in Dixie Alley. It's not quite Tornado Alley as far as severe weather goes, but it might as well be. We have a lot of severe weather here. We have a lot of severe weather warnings, and I usually will adjust my schedule with my animals accordingly. So normally I tend to my animals fully once a day. Food, water, shelter check, make sure everybody looks good at least once a day. Normally it's in the morning. I milk my dairy goats also once a day. Tomorrow morning looks like we probably should be staying inside right about the time that I normally do chores. So instead of having the animals skip a meal or skip a milking, what I'll do is actually milk basically at the last possible moment before a longer duration severe weather event. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. It's 9 p.m. right now. We're going to start seeing storms around 10 p.m. and they don't really stop until around sunset tomorrow. So because my animals are used to going 24 hours in between like full feeds, full checks, and between milkings, I don't necessarily have to go outside until this time tomorrow when all is clear. So let's go do our evening chores. Hi kitty, you want to say hi to the people? Remington says hi. Hello. Hi girls. So you've probably noticed that I have my earbuds in. I am listening to my favorite weather guy right now. There is weather kind of close towards Memphis, which is around 4 hours from us, but it's hitting Memphis a little faster than it was expected to hit. So I really want to stay on top of it so I'm not kind of caught off guard while I'm out here in the barn. So he's going to help me with that. He's going to be in my ear while I do all the things. All the things I normally do during the day, except for it's nighttime.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done.
Good girl.
All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
First of all, let's take a look at that new tornado watch. Guys, it's going to be a long night. This tornado watch goes until 5
A new tornado watch has been issued.
5 a.m. 5.2 million people are under this tornado watch, and it includes Shreveport, Louisiana. It includes Vicksburg, Mississippi.
It includes us.
El Dorado, Little Rock, and Jonesboro, Arkansas. Greenville and Oxford, Mississippi. Memphis, Tennessee. Jackson, Tennessee. Dixon, Tennessee. And Clarksville, Tennessee. And here's an important thing to remember about this. Okay? A couple strong tornadoes possible. The wording here is important because a lot of times they'll say a few tornadoes are possible or a couple tornadoes are possible. Few tornadoes are likely, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of different ways they word this. But the inclusion of the word strong means that the National Weather Service, Storm Prediction Center, everybody involved in this, believes that the conditions are going to be favorable enough to not only produce tornadoes, but produce tornadoes that produce damage in excess of EF2 strength. So that makes it all the more concerning, especially since, I mean, it's 10:24 p.m. It's what is it, 9:30 out there in the Central Time Zone.
Yep.
Whenever this weather system gets into maximum overdrive, or whatever you want to call it, the prime time for tornadoes, everybody's going to want to be asleep, right? If you're in Memphis, what is today? So if you live out here in this tornado watch, please make sure you have some way of getting weather warnings on your hood.
Come on. Come on.
Quick, get the blanket. It's hailing. Tornadoes, so we want to get indoors, get away from windows, get to the most interior room of our homes, put as many walls between us and the outside world as possible, and bring our phones, and we'll get through this together. I'll let you know when it's time to come out.
Where's Gertrude? So the pigs, the chickens, and the boy goats I fed right at sunset. So everybody is all set as far as that goes. But Gertie is not in the barn. But because I fed later, it may be that she's out here looking for extra. Yeah, she is. Extra little crumbs. What are you doing? Gertrude! Behind you, baby. Are you finding snacks? Am I blinding you with my light? Are you finding snacks? Good girl. One of my rabbits, Indra, right here, gave birth to one baby a couple days ago. So she was a couple days late on giving birth, but she had built a beautiful nest, and I was just about ready to get rid of the nest when I noticed she had fur in there. I went to count the babies, and there was just one. I don't know why that is. Obviously, that's a really bad litter size, but I mean, we'll try it again. This is a nice little dark color. I'm kind of wondering if this is a Frosty. It's a purebred Californian, but sometimes when they get cold, and this kit may be getting cold by itself in there, their coloring will kind of darken up. It feels nice and warm right now. I haven't come down here and checked on our storm shelter in a little while. When it first got put in, it did leak along the seam up here, and the company came out and fixed it. But still, periodically, especially right before severe weather events, I need to make sure that this thing isn't full of water. So it seems nice and dry in here. It's nice and cool down here, and we have all of our goodies packed over here. There's some water, batteries, there's buckets and cat litter to go to the bathroom in should we need, and I have a go bag inside, and that has things like a storm radio, and we do have snacks and things. So there's a medical kit. So we've got everything that we need to spend a short amount of time down here. So one of the things that I have to worry about during this severe weather event is the fact that I do have a bottle baby goat down in the barn. So Farrell is only 4 weeks old, and he really needs a bottle. He can go 12 hours at night, and I suppose if he had to, he could go 12 hours during the day. But right now it's 10 p.m. So right around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, I really need to be looking for a break in the weather to run down to the barn and feed him a bottle. I would bring him inside, except for he's gonna be really stressed out inside. And a stressed out goat, it affects their rumen, and it's just not healthy for him to be away from other goats like that. I really want to keep his environment as consistent as possible. So I'm gonna be looking for a break in the weather tomorrow morning to go feed him, and I'll bring you with me. Kitty, it's not time. Cat. No ma'am. thought you were gonna give him a bottle. Oh, he got, you see that? You got slobber on my lens, bud. You gonna finish the last bit? It's gone. 2 cups. That was good. Your face is messy. So it's about 7 a.m. right now, so I'm a little early getting to him, but like I mentioned before, I would rather do that than be late. And we got a very small break in super severe rain, so I jumped out here when I could. I went to bed last night around 1:30 because the storms weren't as bad as they originally had looked like they were going to be, which is great. But this morning is a little bit different. Our friend Reagan over at GWP Homestead, he messaged me at 5 o'clock this morning and said, y'all be safe. And the last time he did that was because there was a tornado that actually touched down. It was a small one in our area that wasn't tornado warned ever. And even if it's a small tornado, that makes me so uncomfortable. So I was up immediately and attached to my radar. And it looks like the worst is to come. So I'm really grateful that I followed my gut and just did my chores early last night. So once he is done eating, he won't have to eat again for around 8 hours, and that will give me plenty of time to look for another break in the weather. I'm gonna top off the girls' hay and then just get inside and hunker down.